Being the original American art form that it is, next to jazz and musical theater, you know, it's one of those things you have to embrace and have to accept that sequential art is for everyone, especially, you know, everybody here in the U.S. and more so the huge conventions over in Europe and in Japan, and it's worldwide.
Hey, the ball just keeps rolling and rolling. It's all ingrained in society already, man. So it's all about the love. This thing getting bigger and bigger. You know, there's going to be 1 million people here next year.
You know, it's funny. I'm learning from the fans myself. Each year I come. I believe this last year it sold out in 73 minutes. The year before it sold out in 96. Probably 4 or 5 years prior to this, it's my understanding from the fans themselves it wasn't quite this big.
The involvement with major, you know, media properties, which is, while great, is awesome to have those people out here. It does kind of take away from the actual fact that it is a comic con and not a movie con.
I think now there's just so many people. It's like millions of people to a little funnel, and no server can take that capacity. But I see more people here of different backgrounds in the couple of years, and that's a good thing, because you never know when you have an aspiring writer, actor, you know, artist.
Whether or not these idea-driven stories have a huge effect, I don't know. Right now, it looks like the internet is going to change all of it. Because you have a whole lot of people making their own decisions about what they want to read in terms of the news, ideas, and so forth. It's called daring and braving courageous because they take on subjects like race discrimination, global warming, and the other popular moral fashions.
The fans definitely enjoy it. The fact that they have access to some of the stuff maybe they didn't have access before. But what is really kind of cool is that the industry as a whole tends to start taking note of what they're learning from the fans while they're here, especially me as an artist individually. I listen to the fans. I ask them questions when they're here. What do they look? What are they looking for? What do they like? What would they like to see more of?
I think it's like, you know, having that story that you can connect with, something that's not everyday life, like Superman or Iron Man or Vanellope von Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph, you know? Characters you can relate to, and watching them overcome their obstacles, and then, you know, just being really cool or looking really cool and aspiring to be like that. It's cool stuff. It's awesome.
They're unaware of how big this really is, you know? Game of Thrones, all these television shows, they all fall into pop culture, you know? And whether someone's directly into comics like I am or they're not, they don't realize that they really are into pop culture because it surrounds us, it's all around us. And all the franchises that are around us, they're all built, you know, it's all intersegued into each other, you know what I mean? Even into like the video game world.
I mean, I'm not sure how much of a big impact like anime or like all the movies that are going on right now will have, but it's definitely shaping like how we think as a culture and the society and how we view the world. Like, not like at the beginning of the 2000s, we didn't have that many like dystopian apocalypse type movies, and now the TV shows like The Walking Dead, The Last Ship, a lot of like things are ending themes keep coming up. So that's a big shift, you know? Like, we used to think this future would be all robots and teleporters, and this is where we are.
Everything kind of moves in an ebb and flow process within pop culture. I mean, we always see waves. That's why you have the golden era and the bronze era, and, you know, of different comics, and, you know, things come in, things go out, Silver Age, etc. So I think we're in a very interesting age right now, and you know, we'll see what happens for 2015, but hopefully big things.
I grew up in an age when you could only afford a couple pairs of pants and a couple shirts, and that was it. you weren't allowed, but we all played. We all made swords. We all made little guns and so forth. So where it's going, I don't know, and what kind of effect comics are going to have on it, it's very hard to say. But clowns and dancing girls keep the culture going no matter when it exists. Always. You can't get by without dreams, and you can't get by without laughter. And I'm for that. That keeps us going.
Why would he do that? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Really do.
Picture this. I'm a girl, and I hold the answers for tomorrow. I'm smart, confident, bold, brave, and I'm not afraid of the glass ceiling. Soon a woman will be president, but I'll be ruler of the galaxy. The best time to picture tomorrow is today. Watch Tomorrowpictures.TV.